Hello. In day 5 we are going to learn the commands like import CAD, floor, wall reveal, wall sweep and ceiling. Let's learn these things now. Before going to import any CAD plan into Revit, you have to read the CAD plan carefully. So that I am opened a plan here, that is the ground floor plan and then first floor plan. So check the unit, the plan is in feet and inch. Along with this, you just type UN to confirm the unit whether they have done in architectural mode or not, and then they kept the inches or not. And after this, you just click on the new file tab option, and from the original file tab, you just select these two wanted plans and then press Ctrl C to copy from the one file tab to another file, and then now I am pasting it here. Before going to that, I am just changing the unit into architectural and then inch and OK. I am going to paste it by using Ctrl V option. It is asking me to specify the insertion point, that is 0, 0, enter. So then we get the plan here. So like this way you just keep your AutoCAD plan near to the origin and then check the unit, and then you go to the new application toolbar and then save it, go to the desktop, and here I am telling that CAD to Revit and then save. Make sure your AutoCAD version is lesser than the Revit version or same. Next, I am switching my window to the Revit. Before going to import, I have to set the same unit as that of the AutoCAD plan. For that, type UN and length you have to keep it in feet and fractional inch, and then nearest rounding value you can go with 1.5 inch or 1/16 and then hit an OK. So as I already told you in the first session, once you set the unit, the second basic step is to set the levels. So here I setted the levels, that is ground level, plinth level and first floor. So the distance between the ground to plinth you can take 1 feet 6 inch, 2 feet, 3 feet depending on the site topography and other soil conditions. So here floor to floor I have taken 10 feet. So now I want to import the plan from the plinth level. So make sure you are in the plinth level, and then now I already saved the AutoCAD plan in desktop. I want to import that. For that you go to the insert option in the menu bar and then you have to click on the import CAD. So once you click, then you can go to the particular location where you have saved your AutoCAD file. So that is CAD to Revit, and then next. So here the file name is CAD to Revit and the file type is .dwg format. Colors you have to say preserve, and the layers or labels you can say visible. And the next position you can go with the origin to origin or center to center. The next import unit should be same as that of the CAD file. We know that the unit is in feet and inch, so that's why the smaller unit is inch. Keep the same unit here, and then on which level you want to place. I want to place at plinth level, so you can select the particular level on which level you want to place. Then you can say open. Then you get the AutoCAD plan into the Revit. So it may take some time to load. By keeping this as a reference, you can just develop the 3D model. So here you can check the dimensions. For that you have to go with the annotate option and then take the align one. So I want to check the wall thickness, that is about 9 inch. So here we have a 9 inch wall. We already know how to take a wall and then edit the wall. So go to the architecture mode and wall architectural. Click on edit type to edit the wall. Say duplicate and then you say that is wall 9 inch. OK. As like name, I am just changing the thickness into 9 inch and inserting layer for the outer paint and keeping it up. Insert one more layer and then keeping it down. Give the thickness, that is internal paint option thickness is 12 mm and then outer paint one is 16 mm. So Revit will help you to auto conversion of the unit, because we set the unit in feet and inch. Even you give the input in meter and millimeter, so that will convert it into the basic unit what we have set it. So even you can change the material, that is brick for the main structure. Create a new, rename it, you can say wall 9 inch. I am giving brick material for the main structure part. For that, go to the appearance library, masonry, brick, and then apply the brick and apply OK. In the same way I am applying the outer paint. We already know this in the last session, how to give the paint and then how to edit the wall. Go to the asset browser, appearance library, wall paint options to go whatever you want. For outer wall I am giving white, and for internal paint again I am creating a new sample and renaming it, and 9 inch wall, IP, asset browser, appearance library, masonry or paint. For the paint we have to go with the paint option, and for the paint I am giving the beige color. Apply OK. OK. So now the wall is ready. So confirm the options like height, and the floor to floor height is 10 feet. So if you want to start the wall from the ground level, then in the property option you should keep your base constraint as ground level and top constraint as a first floor. Then you start doing the work. According to the project requirement, I created a wall, that is basic wall. You can see in the property bar about 9 inch. So I am using that wall, and then just make sure the wall of the height is 10 feet, or else you can go with the constraint of the wall. And then I am starting from this point, and then just go on continuing the work. End it. So here we have a column also. So if you want to place the column, then you can go with the structural column. But as this plan is in architectural plan, so that's why it's not compulsory to place the columns. But anyhow, if you want to place, then you can place the structural column. So here we have a passage. I am just ending the wall here itself, and I am taking the wall from this point and end it. So if you are getting the location of the wall in a wrong way, then you can change the starting point of the wall. So here the wall is about 9 inch. So like this way you just go on continuing the wall. In this way we need to complete the whole project by using the wall about 9 inch and 6 inch and 4 inch depending on the requirement. Next I am going to place the windows. We already learned that how to place the windows. So in order to get the location of the window, now the mode is in shaded. Then I am just going to the style, and then I am just making it into wireframe to get the idea of the windows. So check the distance of the window. For that I am just clicking in the annotate option in the menu bar, and then click on the align option, and then just measure the distance of the windows, or else you people go with the opening and scheduled. If you have the table, it's about 4 feet. To place the window I am clicking on the architecture option, and then just after the door here we have a window. Click on that window symbol. So just have a look on the property that whether you have the required window or not. If you don't, then you can just click on the load family option. We already learned in the last session. So here I have a M casement double window, and then don't place it directly. Just according to the dimension you have to edit it and give the name like that is W2 or W3, whatever it may be. Here I have the name already, that is W3 is equal to 4 feet by 3 feet. So just have a look, it is about W2. So if you want to rename, then you just click on the rename option. So rather than W3 you can make it W2. The width is 4 feet and the height is 3 feet. To get the idea about the height, you can go with the opening and schedule table. Just go and place the windows wherever you have W2. So even the W1 is also having the same dimension. So I'm just placing the windows. So like this way you just complete the whole project depending on the requirement. Similar way, now I am going to place the door. Before that I am just going to the status bar and then changing the style into wireframe. Just like a window, for the door also I have to check the dimensions. For that I am using the annotate option. So here you have to check the dimensions of the door. That is about 3 feet 2 inch. That is the main door. So for door I am just clicking on the door option. Don't place randomly, as I already told you in the last session. You should rename it so that it will help to find out the scheduled and opening in future. So this is the D1, that is about 3 feet 2 inch by 7 feet is the height of the door. According to the name, we are just changing the width and then height of the door in height and width option. Say OK and then place the doors. So if you want to change the direction of the door, here we have the symbols, arrow symbols to flip that. Once done with the wall, window and then door placement, keep your style in shaded mode or realistic mode and then confirm whether you have done with all the things or not. Even you can check it in 3D. For that I am clicking on the quick access toolbar, that is 3D view symbol, and then here you can see I done with all the window door location. So for this wall we have the 2 opening to enter into the living room and then the kitchen room. Rather than providing the door, we have to give the opening for this wall. For that you just select that particular wall and then you have to say edit profile. Means we can change the profile of the wall by converting this wall into 2D. So just I am clicking on the edit profile mode. So here you can see we converted that 3D wall into 2D. Don't edit it in 3D view. We have to go with the elevation. To check the elevation here, as I already told you in the first session, this is the north symbol, east symbol, south and then west. Either we have to go with the north or south to get the exact profile of this wall. So you can go to the north or south so that you get the square shape of the wall like this. And then I am going to provide the opening for this wall. Take a rectangle shape or else you can go with the any other shape and then draw it. So keep it in mind that you should not intersect the walls, as I am getting the notifications that is highlighted lines overlap each other. So in order to minimize this error, I am just going with this fillet option or extend option. So I am just want to keep this line and this line. Erase this one. Whatever the design you want to do, that should be in the closed loop. It should start from the initial point and then end it to the same initial point. So here I am giving the opening like this way. If you want to give any extra design like arc and then you can take the arc shape and then do the design. Make sure door height should be 7 feet or else you can change depending on the requirement. So here we have 7 feet 6 inch. I am just converting into 7 feet. Done. Once you done this shape, here we have to finish that editing mode by clicking on the right mark. If it is close boundary, then only you can finish. Check it in 3D whether you got the opening or not. In the same way, wherever the requirement of the opening, then you can continue the same process by using the edit profile wall. Make sure your design should be in the closed loop and the line should not be intersect each other. Even you can use this concept to create any wall design, compound wall design, parapet wall design, etc. Now we are going to learn wall reveal and wall sweep. To get the wall reveal and wall sweep, make sure you are in the 3D view, then only you will get the wall sweep and wall review options highlight. For that I am clicking in the architectural option. Just below the wall option, here we have a wall sweep and wall reveal. So if you are in the plan view and then if you want to place the wall sweep or wall reveal, then you can't place the wall sweep and wall reveal. As I already told you, just keep your model in 3D and then get the wall sweep. So we can use these options to decorate our wall. As this is a parking wall, I want to decorate the wall. So you can place the wall option, sweep option like this. This is the by default shape we are getting. So we are getting automatically what is the width of the wall. So either you want to keep it in a horizontal or vertical, you can start. Again I have to click on the restart option to get place one more time. Now this time I want to place vertical, then you can vertically place it, restart it and place it, again restart it, change into horizontal and place it. Like this way you can decorate your wall. To place the wall reveal, again I am clicking on the wall option and then wall reveal. So now you can place the wall reveal option to the selected wall. So if you don't want to extend this wall reveal to the internal portion of the wall, then I want to split this wall. You already know that how to split the wall. For that I am going to click on the plinth level. So here I want to split the wall, select the wall and then take the split command and then just split at exactly which point you want to split it. So here we are getting a two walls like this. Now again I clicking on the wall reveal option, confirm that you want it horizontal or vertical. Depending on the requirement, you just go on placing the wall. Here you can see wall reveal has cut at the main wall completely because of its profile thickness. So make sure you are selecting only the reveal and then in the property we have the reveal option. You go to the edit type and then change the profile of the reveal. So we have the profile option, that is by default. Click on the by default option and then you can make it into one brick cut and then OK. So you can reduce the wall reveal amount like this. Even you can adjust the height of that. From the bottom there is a 2 feet height. So if you want to customize it, here we have the offset from the level. So you can make it into 3 feet, 4 feet depending on your requirement. So like this way, by using the reveal and then sweep option, you can decorate the wall. Next command is floor. To get the floor command, you go to the build panel and then click on the floor. So select the floor architectural and then go to the property option. We have so many default floor options. Select any one single layer generic floor and then edit it and customize it according to the project requirement. You have to rename it, that is duplicate, and then this is the common floor, or you can give any name whatever you want and then edit it to give the thickness. As the floor thickness is about 5 inch or 6 inch, so I am giving it as a 6 inch now. And then to apply the material I am clicking on the by category option, creating the new sample, rename it and then give the same name, that is common floor. Go to the asset browser, click on the appearance library and then flooring category. In the flooring we have a carpet, stone, tile, vinyl, wood. Depending on the requirement which material you want to apply, you can apply. So I am selecting the tile material, that is terracotta or brown, whatever it may be. Close it, apply, OK, OK, done. So once you done with the thickness and then material, so here we have a different shape. Depending on the shape of the room, you can directly draw the shape, or else you can go with the line command and then we can go with the pick wall also. So you can pick the wall, as we already know that wall is inner to inner. Rather than you can go with wall pick, you can even go with the line command also to draw it directly from the start point to the end point. Make sure your wall or floor lines should not be intersect each other. It should be in a closed loop like this. If I am trying to close this, I should get a notification that lines cannot be intersect each other. Just have a look on the highlighted boundary. You can say quit or else you can say continue to continue the drawing. And then here we have a extra intersection. Then I am going to trim that. Just click on the wanted lines, this and this. Check where it intersect in the other place like this, where you just draw with the floor. Even you can continue the same thing for the whole project and then close it. Next, make sure you are in the plinth view or in the floor plan view to draw the floor. So now I got it in the plinth level. If you want to switch the level into the different, then you can go to the level option in the property and then you can switch it. Same like this way for the bathroom also, I just want to draw the floor. Same process for this also. I am just changing the name like bath floor. So thickness I am giving it as a 4 inch because it should be lower than the main floor. You can change the material. Repeat the same process. Bath floor, asset browser, appearance library, flooring, tile, square blue I am taking now. Apply, OK, OK. And then here we have a bathroom. Directly I am taking the rectangle command and then drawing it. Close it and go to 3D and just have a look whether you got the bath floor or not. Next command is ceiling. To get the ceiling option, you can go to the build panel and then just before the floor option we have a ceiling. Click on the ceiling option. In the ceiling we have two methods, that is automatic ceiling and then sketch ceiling. As the name is indicates, you can get the automatic ceiling for the closed loop. I am clicking on it and then you just highlight the rooms. So I am getting a ceiling for both the living and then kitchen. You just click it and then come out from the command and then check that ceiling in the 3D view. So here we are getting the ceiling to the particular height. You can check the height in the property, that is about 8 feet something. Even you can change the height exactly into 8 feet or else you can vary. Now in case if I want to draw the ceiling only for the living room, then you can even edit that boundary and then go to the floor plan. And then now we have the drawings here or lines here, so you can delete that. And then as I already told you, whenever you want to create the design, make sure your design should be in the closed loop like this. I'm just adjusting the width and then height by using the arrow mark and then finish it. So now this time you get the ceiling for only the living room. You go with this method or else I am deleting it and again I am clicking on the plinth level. So if you want only for the particular portion, then again you click on the ceiling plan and then click on the sketch ceiling method and then draw the shape of the ceiling according to the shape of the room. Then finish it and check that ceiling has come or not in the 3D view. So you can adjust the height depending on the requirement. Next video we learn the other commands. Thank you.